Hey there, my name is Sammy and I'm here at Digivangelism. I'm going to be sharing my screen in just a second here. I want to just tell you that here at Digi, we make a weekly video for progressive leaders in spiritual communities to help them share hope, healing, and light online. So we post a lot of videos about web presence and how to optimize your website and just how to show yourself off best online. But sometimes we like to get into the nitty-gritty details of websites, and this is going to be one of those videos. We think it's really important to have the basic kind of understanding of how to put together a website, or at least what type of website you need. So this week we are talking about different web hosting options and how they differ in features and cost, and how to figure out what exactly you need for your community. Before we get started, I need to let you in on a little secret, and that is I don't know a ton about website stuff. Now, before you go anywhere, Michelle, my co-owner here at Digi, she is our website guru, many years in software development, project management, and just website building for people. And so she actually planned this whole talk. She just doesn't like to be in front of the camera and hands it off to me. So I'm actually going to be reading some of this, like you can't see, but straight from my phone. And hopefully it is very helpful for you. So I'm not going to just read it and then be like, listen to me talk. I'm actually going to learn along with you. So I honestly think this will be fun. Join me. Won't you join me? Let me share my screen. It'll be great times. So sharing this, we're actually going to go back a slide. How to choose the right web host for your website. If you don't know anything about web hosts, you're in the right spot. What is web hosting? So Michelle, this is Michelle's words. She tells us that much like if we were hosting a dinner party in her home, where we provide food, drinks, utensils, a table, a web host provides disk space on a server with a specific configuration of memory, CPU, and storage from which your website is served up to your visitors in the browser while on their PC, tablet, or mobile device. Wow, if that felt overwhelming to you, it's okay. We're gonna keep going, and I think it will make sense if we keep going. We all like to have choices. It's sometimes, though, can get overwhelming to sift through these options. And more importantly, how much does it really matter? And how much do you as a faith leader really care? I mean, fair. We would advocate, this is important, for faith leaders to at least have a general understanding for the sole purpose of being fiscally responsible for this aspect of your digital ministry. So you need to just kind of have this video as the basics so that you can explain to someone else why you need a certain thing. Why are we spending this money? Fair. Thank you, Michelle. Okay. Purpose of web hosting, you heard that, whether you got it or not, I don't know, but you heard it. And now we know why we need to know. So let's talk about the types of hosting. Can you see me okay? Am I big enough? Woo! There. Because honestly, these words, I'm just going to leave these words on the screen. It's going to be a little boring, but watch me. I'll make it fun. So the types of hosting. This is not an exhaustive list of all the options, but it hits the main ones. Great. Let's go, Michelle. So the shared hosting. Least expensive hosting option is shared. Okay. Oh, but the old adage applies that you get what you pay for. Shared hosting means your website is allocated a certain amount of space on the same server that is hosted by potentially hundreds or thousands of other websites. This means the responsiveness of your site, so like when people move, click buttons, try to do things. This means the responsiveness of your site when visitors hit it might be compromised by the traffic of all the other sites besides yours. Wow. Okay. The cost for a shared hosting website can be anywhere from $3 to $10 per month. That is fairly decent. The lower cost usually allows you to host only one website and may allot a certain bandwidth of traffic. This might be fine for some faith communities, but know that you can always upgrade your hosting provider. Okay, so this is like bare basic. You need a site, but you don't want to spend a lot of money. Shared hosting. Great, but might not be super responsive. Not so great. What's next? Virtual private server VPS. Virtually private, but not really. Haha. This means you're sharing the physical server, but with fewer other sites, and your website is allocated its own partition or virtual machine. This is sort of like having a private room for a dinner party in a restaurant. This is a step up from shared hosting, a bit more expensive, though it gives better performance. A variety of configuration options are available. Of course, that means a sliding scale goes along with that. Okay, so you can find deals from $5 to $10 per month, but that might be a do-it-yourself option. Fair. If you want a VPS hosting option, but you don't have desire or expertise to self-configure, honestly, me, because I don't even know what that means, expect to spend at least $20 a month or more. So just consider that in your budget. You could also, reach out to us if you are not really sure what that looks like, or if you want to see what we would charge for that sort of thing. I can't tell you that detail because I would have to ask Michelle. Let's go to the next one. Dedicated hosting. This is what it sounds like. Great, dedicated. A hosting space dedicated to your website only. When all of the server resources, CPU, memory, and storage are dedicated only to one website or company, the site will typically perform better in terms of responsiveness to your visitors. Okay, remember, responsiveness is like people are trying to click things, click buttons, go to different screens, and it actually happens pretty quickly. Provided, of course, the server specs are beefy enough to handle the traffic the site is attracting, you'd be hard-pressed to find options less than $100 per month for this type of hosting. That's like $1,200 a year, at least. Your website traffic really has to be in the tens of thousands per month to justify this cost. Okay, that makes sense. So if you've got like a happening website, you might be able to budget for more money for hosting anyway, but you're going to be paying for that dedicated hosting. All right, one more. Can you handle one more? I think I can handle one more. Managed hosting. This is not so much a type of hosting as it is a flavor. What does that mean? Think of managed hosting as a one-stop shop for hosting and maintenance. The provider will take care of backups, security patches, and updates, likely still on a shared platform. Managed hosting will cost a bit more, though it will be worth your peace of mind in the long run. There are also managed VPS options, managed sites exclusively dedicated to WordPress, and even managed dedicated hosting. Wow, it is a flavor. Okay, so this is like a layer on top of those other things. You can have non-managed or managed. All right, Michelle, help us out. What is best here? Like, what do we do? Michelle says that depends. That depends on a number of factors. Okay, what does it depend on? Purpose of our website. Number one, can you see my finger without it disappearing? Number one, purpose of the website. Is your site mainly informational? Is it intended for visitors to get familiar with your community and what you believe, what ministries you have, who your staff are? If that's the case, if it's just information, then shared hosting should be sufficient. Cool. Our Digi site is Bluehost. I think we'll drop an affiliate link in the description below if you're interested in using the same kind of hosting we have. Obviously, we like it. Obviously, Michelle likes it. Clicking our link will give us a little bit of a kickback, but we like it, so we wouldn't say it if we didn't. Anyway, our site is Bluehost, which is a shared hosting option. I did not know that. Can I tell you that? I'm learning things. So that has worked well for us so far. But if your site is intended to handle like Bible study registration, preschool activities, or host some kind of membership portal for your community, things that people need to interact with, check-ins, or if you want it integrated with your church management system in some way, then you're leaning into VPS territory, which, let's just remind me, virtual private server territory. And you would need more robust responsiveness and bandwidth with flexibility. So, do you want nothing at all to do with any of this? Yes. Don't want to be bothered with maintenance, backups, security, techie things? Yes. A managed hosting plan is the way to go. What type specifically depends on your answers to the above questions and your budget, of course, because if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. That's okay. So often, Faith Community's budget really does come into play. But we'd encourage you to put thought into the decision about what is going to be best. Maybe there's a different answer now than there is for a year or two from now. And that's perfectly fine too. Okay, what's next here? Takeaways. We love takeaways around here. Okay, so if you don't know where to start, that's okay. Chances are you already have professional connections that you could tap into, and they could give you some more specific next steps or guidance. Maybe someone that knows a little bit about website stuff could give you some options, some ideas or suggestions for you. You could also ask us. Like I said, shoot us an email if you're totally lost. That's why we're here. other peers or faith groups in your area. You might be able to talk to them about this as well, see what they're doing, see if they would recommend what they are doing for you. If you choose a reputable host, you can always upgrade. If what you have is not enough, it's easier to upgrade than it is to downgrade. If you want to kind of test the waters a bit, watch the stats, and then see if you need to move up, that's all good. But this is Michelle saying, don't be concerned about bandwidth or storage needs for live streaming or serving up videos or services, because a Facebook business page, I can get on board with this. Facebook business page or YouTube channel is the way to go as far as like putting videos out there. Put them on your social media accounts. All that's needed on the website is just a link to get to your Facebook page, a link to get to your YouTube channel. That's it. So no stress about bandwidth or storage for that sort of things. And again, if not, okay, we're going to stop share for this. If none of this made sense, or if you're still lost or your head is spinning, we are here for you. Digi is here for you. I'm here for you moral support wise, but Michelle's going to be here for you. And if you want to click the link in the description below, we can get on call with you for a free 15-minute kind of like consult, see where you're at, and see what the best options for ways we could help you if you would like to work with us might be, or other ways that we can be helpful in pointing you in the right direction. But for now, that's all I have. I really honestly didn't bring much to the table here other than like being on screen. So I hope that you enjoyed what Michelle wrote for us. I hope it's helpful. We brought the knowledge. No, Michelle brought the knowledge. So please put it into action, or, click the link below and let's jump on a call and talk more. Peace. You can't even see it. It's here.